Today our Secretary General is in another program. So many programs are happening. He is in the again renewable program somewhere. So let me welcome you all. I am grateful, most grateful, because at a very short notice when the budget was there, budget session, and we had this budget presented by the Honorable Finance Minister, immediately I spoke to all of you, and one by one, each one, Ajay Shankar, Alok Party, then we had Tripathi, then we had, I think, everyone. And then Anis, I asked that whether he will be able to give a knowledge part of it, professional part of its analysis of the budget, which he has been used to for many, many years or decades perhaps. And he also agreed. Of course, dates were to be decided. So we had all of you. Anil Razdan spoke. He also agreed, but today he is in Ahmedabad on an RE program, rural electrification program. So he just sent a word that he's away and he's in already in a session somewhere. I express my thanks to all of you to readily forthcoming and agreeing to speak. Then subsequently, I also spoke to Srivastava Sanjay. He's also there. The full group of people. So let me start with Ajay Shankar. Thank you, Anish. After that, I think a lot of things have come in the media, TV, debate, discussion. So many things have come to light. But I think the pointed points that you made are very relevant for the power sector. Now I will have to request all the panelists one by one. Maximum 7 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes preferable. So may I start with Ajay Shankar? I think very substantial points on nuclear, particularly SMR, very substantial point on distribution sector reform, and equally important point on PLI. What should the government do? Tough things. It's not easy. Import to continue, domestic also to pick up. So these are, but very valid suggestions. May I now request Mr. Alok Pati, former Coal Secretary. Thank you, Alok. In the budget, coal is not much covered, but economic survey it is covered extensively.
Yes.
So just after the budget day, next day, for our monthly bulletin, monthly magazine that we bring out, I have covered extensively on the budget and energy sector. And I've said that this budget will be remembered along. See, budget has to be seen along with economic survey because it depends on economic survey is more extensive. And there you will, if you are a lover of coal sector, you will be happy to what has been said in the economic survey in a big way. That for foreseeable future we can't just abandon and forget coal. We will have to depend extensively on
That's
that.
true. So
No.
that was a foregone thing, but anyhow.
Yeah. It has come. Okay, that's great. Now then let us move to Upender. We had power conventional. We have now Upender. Mr. Upender Tripathi, former Renewable Energy Secretary. Thank you, Upender. You covered not only renewable but nuclear in a big way and some of the other points of the budget. Overall, you find budget is quite fine and progressive. So with that, can I turn to Alok Kumar now? Thank you, Alok. I think you covered a number of things and definitely made a good number of suggestions for the future. So let's have a few question, answer, clarifications, anything from the floor. Very good. So I think that has been a very good discussion. I had already, as I mentioned to you, I had already written a long note as a president's column in the last total, and some of the points that have been raised, I have also raised. Some of the points that we need to appreciate, we have appreciated. I have said that this budget will be remembered because rest of the things is continuity. Will be remembered for a very bold step toward nuclear power. So far as renewable is concerned, for last 10 years we have been raising. So absolutely that is on the same even path. But so far as nuclear is concerned, and I must say that whole range of society, whole range of people have worked, but India Energy Forum has worked very hard on this. Dr. Grover knows, everybody knows. At least 4 or 5 seminars, discussions that we did, webinars that we did, and each time we said that let it not remain captive to nuclear power corporation. Let us move forward. So I think this is a very, very bold step, accepting that the act has to be amended from the liability point of view as well as from the point of view of opening up of this sector. To what extent we will open up, to what extent we will have this act amendment, there we have yet to see, but a directional change, major directional change of 100,000 megawatt. But this point I always raised that we must be very sure about availability of fuel. And in fact, personally also I raised this issue with Dr. Grover. Nuclear supplier agreement, what about the price? Because I can see a repeat of what was happening in 80s for the gas-based power station in India as a replacement for coal-based power station. And people were whole hog for this. And finally, we have landed ourselves in problem. Out of 25,000 megawatt, we don't have gas for one third of the capacity. So if it is import dependent, fuels has to be cautious about this. So while one, as individual myself, as India Energy Forum, we have been all for accelerating the pace of growth of nuclear power capacity in the country. This particular aspect has to be given, and I agree with Mr. Dr. Grover that this fuel thing, the fuel thing, nuclear fuel, how are we going to handle this? Because pressurized fast breeder reactor. I was part of the government when this cabinet decision was taken for this pressurized fast breeder reactor. I think way back in 2003 or something like that, or four. And then now 20 years down the line, 22 years down the line, we are even now at prototype stage, and I can only hope that it should come out. Unless that happens, how do we reconcile this 100,000 megawatt in as many years as we have said? So that is one issue, but we should welcome this step. And nobody will be happier than our society, our association, that we have been working for this. Another thing, this budget will be remembered, as I have mentioned in my note earlier, that there is a clear thinking about coal. All this to and fro that was going on, supported by the economic survey, there is a clear thinking that for the present, for many, many decades, we don't see that we should slow down on coal. Absolutely. Not only we stay on that, but we should not slow down on coal because all other alternatives have so many ifs and buts, including nuclear, as I mentioned. So while nuclear path should be accelerated because we are in a very bad shape, about 2.5%, it should be accelerated, but coal will have to continue. But in the budget also there are provisions for CCU, CIS. So those are the things that have to be done. Coal treatment, gasification. For gasification, a budget has been provided. So those are the things which get missed quite often. Of course, on renewable there is no going back. On solar there is no going back. On domestic manufacturing there is no going back. India becoming a manufacturing hub is a great thing. But then every input cost is increasing in India. Land cost is increasing, electricity cost is increasing, everything is increasing. Who is going to come for large manufacturing base? Those are the things that will have to be seen. I am disappointed about distribution sector reform, absolutely. There is nothing, as Alok rightly said, that something was already happening. We have just reiterated this. Unless discoms, distribution companies, distribution reforms, rest of the things we should forget about it. We have clear view on this. So to that extent, not much has been said except repeating what has been done earlier. That is all at the 0.5% interest subvention and all that. So I think don't want to Whether we are opening up, structural changes we are taking, state governments have to cooperate with us, because now with BJP government happening in so many states, and I think this is the right government. This government is the right government to set right distribution. Unless distribution sector is set right, and this budget does not show any direction on this. Absolutely, just mentioning about it. It was a right time to have said so, not set. Let us hope that during the course of the year something happens. So with that, thank you very much. Good suggestions, good points have come. We will try to compile. Wherever there is convergence, definitely we will try to write to the government. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.